and they have really 4 fast people. They probably will key more on 4-on-3 situations than they have in the past. The Celtics have to key on their shot selection, not take poor shots.
Interestingly enough, they outran the Lakers and outscored them on the fast break in Game 5. But it's Game 6. We're underway. The Lakers need 1 to wrap it up. And we're going to re-jump. LA. Danny Ainge with a taped ankle covered by his stocking. Good pass into Kareem. And a quick 2-0 lead for LA.
Can't get better position than Kareem got on that little pick. Forced McHale to switch over on him.
Dennis Johnson has his shot blocked by Kareem. Here's Worthy. The block shot by Kareem, and he leads everybody in that department, and James Worthy hasn't done that since Game 2 here in LA.
He's back airborne again, James Worthy.
Parrish the offensive rebound with a high arcing shot off of Kareem, and the 40-year-old Abdul-Jabbar hustles for it. It'll be Boston ball.
Dennis Johnson makes a good drive along the baseline, but the real hustle of Kareem knocks it away and saves 2 and started a very important fast break.
Double team on McHale. Larry Bird misses his first shot. Here's Scott. Dennis Johnson gets back and plays Scott well. Magic goes flying. Magic posting up inside. AC Green comes in. The ball batted away. It might have been McHale who got a hand on it. Meanwhile, it's 3-on-3 for Boston, and Dennis Johnson is fouled going in. Ballesteros' second shot hit a tree, and he is in immediate trouble on the first hole of sudden death at the Westchester. Meanwhile, Dennis Johnson is on the line, and the personal foul is on Worthy. And Tommy Worthy missed his first 5 shots in each of the last 2 games before opening up the scoring.
Fast break points are very important for James Worthy's psyche, I think. And he got off and flying, a jam on the front end of a fast break. But Boston, importantly, came back on a fast break themselves and took it right at Magic Johnson. So they are certainly willing to run.
And despite Ainge's problems, this may be the healthiest the Celtics have been all playoffs. Magic's pass to Worthy finally got through. Minute and a half gone by, first period. Worthy, so far, looks like a different player at home.
Pat Riley certainly wanted to get James Worthy off early and get his game incorporated into a winning effort.
Top scorer in the playoffs for the Lakers, but not against the Celtics. Bird is 0 for 2 now. AC Green the rebound. It's a 4-on-4. Make it 4-on-5 for the Lakers as they settle half court now. Worthy, defense by McHale now. Yep, they want to get him off early.
He has listened to enough about what happened to James Worthy. He's saying right now, nothing happened to James Worthy.
This is reminiscent of Game 1 when the Lakers moved in front 9-0 en route to a rout.
They certainly have the streakers out in the front end of that fast break, particularly James Worthy. He's getting out there quick.
And McHale connects, and the Celtics hit their first shot with 2.5 minutes gone by in Game 6.
Celtics have been going directly at AC Green with Kevin McHale. He is not big enough to defend against McHale.
Magic was off the mark, and the rebound by McHale. Ainge on the wing. And the reason they want to go at AC Green is that they want to eliminate that speed aspect and force the Lakers to go to Michael Thompson.
If they can get AC Green out of the game, that's a big plus in slowing the game down.
Bird misses a left-handed shot. He's struggling from the field, and here's a 3-on-1. Byron Scott. He's the other guy who was ice cold in Boston along with James Worthy.
Anytime Bird, Dennis Johnson or Ainge drives to the basket and they miss, they leave only 2 people back in the backcourt to defend against the Laker fast break. They're capitalizing on that right now.
McHale against Green. There's the matchup. The Celtics taking advantage. McHale hits the basket and a foul as well. And AC Green picks up the first and the second team foul.
Here's the Celtic advantage. AC Green not beefy enough to really move McHale out of that sweet spot down there. Even though Kareem comes over to help out, it's a little bit too late.
Kevin McHale, who has been big on the boards the last 3 games, particularly off the offensive glass, brings the Celtics to within 3. Kareem. And a foul before the shot against Robert Parrish. Tommy, in the 2 Celtic wins, Parrish got into foul trouble, and yet the Celtics won nonetheless.
Casey Jones rotated Greg Kite in there, and he's a key part of getting back and stopping a Laker fast break. And he also will manhandle Kareem a little bit, which wears a 40-year-old man down.
Magic posting up against Ainge. Misses the hook shot. Larry Bird, the trailer is Dennis Johnson, gave up the shot. Parrish in better position, and he's fouled. So Larry Bird struggling from the start, as he's had so many times in this series, and in fact in the playoffs. This is what he's done the last 3 games, 0 for 13, and he's yet to hit 1 today.
Celtics offense, though, Dick, is primarily a low post offense. At trying to get Bird hitting some outside shots to pull the defense out to uncover Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale. And if he doesn't hit that shot, the Laker defense will be able to cover up those 2 big guys of the Celtics.
Lakers were particularly disturbed, Tommy, at the fact that they've been double teaming McHale and Parrish, and yet both are hitting over 60%. Each one of the Lakers front court has a personal foul. 1-point lead after the big start by the Lakers. And they call the foul on Parrish, and that'll be number 2 on the Celtics big man. And Casey Jones has a quick decision to make.
Very, very smart play by Pat Riley when they do not have the fast break to go to Kareem to get one of the real fine offensive rebounders the Celtics possess, the Chief, Robert Parrish, out of the lineup.
And as we said at the outset, not only is Greg Kite available, and he has played well in the 2 Boston wins, but Bill Walton may be his healthiest, and he also is a possibility.
Becoming a series of picking on people, and you can select with that half-court offense who you want to face the ball, and both coaches doing that.
10-9, and the Celtics are looking for their first lead of the ball game, and Larry Bird gives it to him with 7:35 remaining, and the first basket after 3 misses by Bird. An interception by Parrish, and Ainge ahead of the field, and Kareem basket hanging comes back. So the Lakers trailing by 1. Blocked by Parrish, and here's Dennis Johnson. Guarded by Scott. He goes by him. And the Celtics lead by 3. Kareem, and Parrish wasn't about to pick up his 3rd foul.
Smart no contest that time by Robert Parrish. Bird came over to help out, but Kareem is getting it done for the Lakers.
Celtics have run off 9 in a row now, and Dennis Johnson makes it 11 with just under 7 minutes remaining. AC Green.
Robert Parrish getting back so quickly gave them 5 defenders against 4 Lakers.
Green open. And McHale the rebound for the Celtics. 15-12 Boston. Dennis Johnson. And right now, after the early spurt, the Lakers have quieted down, and the Celtics have dictated the tempo.
They've taken the run away from the Lakers. They started out quickly, but they haven't been able to maintain that fast break.
And Michael Thompson gets off the bench for the Lakers. Byron Scott 1 for 12 from 3-point range. Misses again. And this crowd is quieted down considerably. And if you're the Celtics, that's exactly what you want to do. Parrish and Boston now on a 15-2 run, and Pat Riley wants the timeout. The 2 advantage to take a 7-point lead. Walter Matthau, who's been a basketball fan long before it was fashionable to just be seen here at the Forum, Tommy. Scott missed.
The importance of Walton coming into the ball game really is whether he will be able to get back fast enough on the defense to protect against the Laker fast break. Kite could do that, but Walton perhaps can defend against Kareem a little bit better.
James Worthy misses. Michael Thompson throws a bad shot off the glass and then converts on his second chance. And Michael Thompson, who had 3 productive games offensively and has played McHale well, and it's a 5-point Boston lead. And Michael Cooper gets off the bench. The injured Laker. And now Walton is called for an offensive foul. And here's Michael Cooper coming back, making his first appearance.
And certainly he is very important for the Lakers. That outside shot may help open up things for the Lakers.
Larry Bird is guarding Michael Thompson, but sloughing off and just guarding the middle. No basket. And a foul called against the Celtics. It'll be their 3rd team foul and the first against McHale. So each team with 3 fouls now.
The Celtics want to show different looks defensively to the Lakers, get them guessing a little bit. They played them a lot one-on-one in the prior games, and the timing on the doubles were different from game to game.
Worthy doubled with Ainge. Ainge makes a terrific play. He came along the blind side, knocked the ball away, and Danny Ainge. And Ainge and Magic collide, and a loose ball foul called against Ainge.
Here's Magic coming for the rebound and takes it away from Bird, and Ainge just tried to get his hand in there and knocks Magic down in the process. Casey Jones wants the Celtics to take good shots. No shots under pressure.
Meanwhile, Walton now has committed his second personal foul. So Walton and Parrish each with 2 fouls. And we may see this man, Greg Kite, come in earlier than Casey Jones had anticipated. So the Celtics are over the limit now with 4:22 remaining in the first.
Kareem they've been able to go, the Lakers, to Kareem at times when Kite was in there. Casey Jones is hoping that Walton will be able to stop that automatic sky hook when Kite was otherwise in there.
Kareem has shaved his head for the occasion, Tommy, for game 6. And he converts 1 out of 2, but he's 1 for 4. And his free throw shooting has really dwindled since the first 2 games of the series. Celtics by 4. Walton setting a hard pick. And on the pick and roll, the ball knocked away off the hands of Walton.
Bird and Walton love to run that pick and roll play.
Here's the loop into Kareem. A blind tap doesn't work. And now the Celtics come back 4 on 3. And Dennis Johnson goes in. Bird, the offensive rebound, converts.
And they made the cleanup rebound really work. The slowest Celtics out quicking the Lakers.
Magic with a hook. Left-hand variety. 21-17. Dennis Johnson with 8, and he has the ball, leads the Celtics. James Worthy has 6 for the Lakers. McHale posting up against Michael Thompson. And a Laker foul will be their 4th.
As each game has progressed, Kevin McHale has turned quicker to the basket before the double teams of the Lakers could really affect them.
Michael Thompson with his first foul. There's Thompson, who has done a pretty good defensive job against McHale, particularly in game number 4.
Has that fight for that little red spot. And that goes on constantly throughout the course of the game.
And now the Lakers are in the penalty. Tough start for Pat Riley when it looked like the Lakers were back to their early play. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn. Game 6 of the NBA Finals here at the Forum. It's kind of quiet right now because the Celtics, after an early deficit, have forged in front. Right now they're up by 4.
The Celtics appear to have thrown sand into that well-oiled fast break machine of the Lakers, and the tempo is once again the way the Celtics would like it.
The Celtics haven't missed from the line. The Lakers are 1 for 4. Walton with 2 fouls. And Kareem got away from him. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first.
But they're having to go to the Kareem matchup almost exclusively, the Lakers right now. That's a pretty tough assignment for a 40-year-old man.
Larry Bird misses the drive, and here come a 3-on-3 for the Lakers. Michael Thompson. They didn't look like they lost much speed on that sequence down the court.
He got back quick, and that's where Walton perhaps is not going to help the Celtics as much as Kite. Kite gets it back much quicker than Walton.
McHale from Bird and a foul. Kevin McHale with 9 first period points. And the personal was on Magic Johnson.
To the right of your screen, Bill Walton, you watch how slowly he gets up the court. And he's given it all he can. He hasn't really worked out an awful lot with that fractured foot. But that speed of Greg Kite has been one big factor in stopping the Laker break.
Walton's foot has been sore. He did not play in many games this year, but it seemed that in the last couple of days, the pain wasn't as bad. Michael Thompson misses the hook shot, and a 3-on-4. Ainge trailing Bird. Good passing by the Celtics. Dennis Johnson, second shot. He'll kill you every time.
Took a shot with 2 men on him, however. That's a dangerous shot.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the first period. The Celtics leading by 7, matching their biggest lead. Worthy to Kareem. And they had a man advantage inside.
McHale made a foolish gamble, tried to steal the ball from Worthy, and once he missed, Worthy was off to the races.
The Celtics feel that any game that goes into the 120s will not fare well for them. They want to keep it down. They average 106 defensively in the regular season. Last 3 games were more to their liking, point-wise. 2 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson has to force it up and hits. That's the kind of fortune they were having at Boston Garden.
Well, I don't know. Did the Leprechaun make the trip?
Right now, this crowd is not into this game. Magic with a screen from Michael Thompson. Kareem with a Wilt Chamberlain fall-away shot connects. He has 11.
He has been immense in this first quarter. He's practically shouldering the entire offense for the Lakers.
5 of 6 for Kareem. 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Bird double. Dennis Johnson finds a man who's more open. Danny Ainge. And Ainge hits his first points of the game. Cooper for 3. And he prevented a good outlet opportunity for the Celtics.
3 of the Lakers never got back on offense. And the Celtics on the miss had the easy rebound. It looks like the Lakers are more tired than the Celtics.
8 on the shot clock. You're looking at the game clock. Winding down in the first period. Dennis Johnson misses a 3. 4 seconds to go. Worthy trying to get open. No basket, even if it had gone, and that's it for the first period of Game 6. And a smallish team is in there for the Celtics, and a quicker one. Danny Ainge doesn't get the runner, and Greg Kite tips in. And for Greg Kite, that is his second field goal in 9 tries in this series. And Seasting fouls.
On Danny Ainge's penetration, they have to move the back line of the defense. That frees Kite up, and he steps inside Michael Thompson for not exactly an easy tip.
Seasting is guarding Cooper. And that could be good post-up opportunities for Cooper as James Worthy gets the basket and draws the foul.
That is a very definite plus matchup for the Lakers. Worthy being guarded by Darren Day. He is not nearly big enough to stop Worthy. And just the speed of Worthy Darren Day can probably match that, but the leaping ability and the long arms of Worthy leaves Day at a disadvantage.
Day was in one of the games in Boston, one shot guarding Worthy, and after that he came out of the ball game. But he's in there again to give it a shot. Meanwhile, the Lakers are 1 for 5 from the free throw line, and they're trailing now by 7.
And the more the Celtics big guys, McHale and Parrish, are on the bench, the more difficult it will be for the Lakers to use the pace as a fatigue factor.
Feasting missing, and Rambis tips it, and a foul call against the Lakers, and it'll be Rambis' first. And Tommy, the Celtics have taken the lead in this game despite the fact that Larry Bird has scored only 4 points.
They have moved to the strength, which has been the inside game. Parrish and McHale, and a couple of great shots by Dennis Johnson.
There goes Bird with a runner. Rambis and Day bats down the pass. Magic pushing it up 5 on 4. Cooper, Bird's got to play him tough at three-point range. Seasting guarding Magic Johnson, and an offensive foul called against Magic, who has gone up against, well, that's an 8-inch height advantage on Jerry Seasting.
Jerry Seasting does the intelligent thing. He takes the blow. When you're smaller than a man in the low post, you better do a little acting, and he got away with it.
2 fouls on Magic. Magic and Michael, each with 2. That's Michael Thompson. Worthy and Bird isolated. Bird puts a good move on James Worthy, no basket, and an offensive foul called against Larry Bird. He put the move on. Maybe that's why he put the move on.
He is the master of faking with the ball. You may not go for 1, 2, but he'll throw 3 or 4 at you, and finally you bite.
Magic Johnson sits down with only 2 points and doesn't look happy at all. Byron Scott replaced him. Worthy's posting up against Day. Height on Scott on a switch. And in the hands of Bird, lost it to Rambis, who drew the foul. Tommy, Michael Thompson was all alone inside, and the Lakers missed him.
I tell you, that's a sign of frustration by Scott. He wanted to make something happen for himself, and he just turned down Michael Thompson dead in the corner with nobody in him, nobody around him, and he takes the ball right to the teeth of the Celtic defense, and Rambis, with a lot of hustle, picks up the ball off the floor. That's going down and getting it in a meaningful way.
And the Lakers talk about frustration. Way off at the line as Dennis Johnson replaces Danny Ainge. That personal, by the way, was on Darren Day, and the Celtics have 3 team fouls. The Lakers only 1 with 2 minutes gone by in the second. Biggest lead was 7 by Boston after that early flurry by the Lakers. It looked like they were off to the races, and the Celtics just clamped down. Off the screen, Seasting. Loose ball, Day has it, and a foul against Boston. Greg Kite picks up his second foul. So all 3 Boston centers, Parrish, Kite, and Walton, have 2 fouls.
Lakers really having difficulty integrating a lot of people into their offense. Right now, they're going to go to Kareem again.
He hits the skyhook. The Celtics, by the way, coming back with their 2 tough inside men, Parrish and McHale. And the substitution pattern is in KC's favor here.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been conserved during the season, so he ought to be nice and fresh for this playoff, but it's going to be a tough job for him if he's got to carry all the offense.
So Casey Jones was able to go to the bench, and he brings back McHale and Parrish with a lead. Didn't have that luxury during the course of the season. Kareem with a left-handed skyhook. McHale to Seasting. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first half. A kickball and a new clock. Larry Bird, who has scored only 4, but as Tommy mentioned, other people have gotten into the act so far.
And the Celtics have really used their bench wisely and not given up what they usually do with that bench, a lot of points.
Dennis Johnson. And a foul called before the shot. And Michael Cooper picks up his first foul. Lakers aren't close to getting into the penalty. The next foul against Boston will put them into the penalty.
Kurt Rambis now has drawn the assignment of trying to stop Kevin McHale.
Seasting uses a Parrish screen. And Darren Day swoops in and keeps it alive. Day tried to get it to Parrish. Not quite high enough, and here's a 3-on-2 Laker break to Worthy.
That's Laker basketball. Worthy out on that wing before any of the opponent can get back at him.
McHale, good position from Darren Day, and it's 6 points again.
Boy, he is just getting saccharine position, and I mean sweet.
Kareem off his hand, and here's a 2-on-2. Darren Day against Scott. Gets the basket, and pretty moves inside by Darren Day, who played his college ball out here at UCLA.
That was one heck of a basket by Day. There were 2 Lakers on him.
Celtics with an 8-point lead. Worthy. No way you'll touch that, and Magic Johnson will be coming back in for the Lakers, but the Celtics have had the lead most of this first half.
Rambis really took Darren Day out of that play so that Worthy could make that shot.
Rambis and McHale pushing and shoving inside, and those two have met before in previous finals. Rambis clears Dennis Johnson's miss. Celtics get back.
But they stagger the man pushing the ball up the court. They've slowed the Lakers down. It's all half court against half court offense.
And Worthy draws the foul, and Larry Bird will come back in. Timeout. The Lakers offense has come from so far. That man, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy, have combined for 25 of the Lakers' 34 points thus far. Fast break, all even.
But the Lakers had hoped to really unjam their fast break attack, and they have not been able to do it here, and they have not paced the game as quickly as they had paced some of the games in Boston. It's been a very slow tempo.
Larry Bird and Danny Ainge are back in, and so the Celtics starters that began the game are in there now, and Magic Johnson returns for the Lakers. Rambis, Worthy, Kareem, and Cooper and Magic the guard. Worthy now with 13. Tied with Kareem. McHale and Dennis Johnson each have 12 for the Celtics. Bird has only 4, and Magic Johnson only 2 to this stage. 6:40 remaining in the first half. Pick and roll. Ainge wisely went to McHale. Good defense by Kareem, I believe, inside. Here comes a Laker 4-on-3 break. Worthy.
Boy, do they jump on block shots. They're out there like now on a block shot, the Lakers.
And it's a 2-point game. And LA picking up the Lakers' 3rd foul of the period.
Lakers defending the pick and roll. And the second cutter goes through, but Magic really takes the good shot away from Ainge. And now, that was McHale taking the shot. Didn't see what happened, but it didn't even get close to the hoop.
He had Rambis and Kareem in front of him. Meanwhile, Rambis picks up his 2nd foul. Celtics already in the penalty, and the Lakers with 3 team fouls. Now make it 4. And Kurt Rambis picks up another one. That's 2 quick ones and 3 in the game on Rambis.
Rambis is trying to stop the cut of Larry Bird and fight him out of there, and Bird is entitled to go at least take a step sideways, and Rambis wouldn't let him do it.
So Michael Thompson comes into the game replacing Rambis. Crowd appreciates his hard effort.
They like to use him to retaliate a little physically. He's a banger, much like Kite was for the Celtics in this series.
McHale blocked by Kareem. Kareem's having a tremendous series, blocking shots way ahead of anyone else. Cooper for two, short, and Bird out of the pack, 3-on-2 break. Here's Parrish. The big man can run with the sprained ankle and all. I tell you, they look like a spry bunch in this one.
Boy, they've gotten stronger as this series has progressed.
Worthy miss, and Kareem had position on Parrish to tip it in. So Worthy and Kareem have 31 of the Lakers' 40 now.
You know, both teams look very tired to me, but the Lakers probably a little bit more tired.
McHale with a turnaround over Michael Thompson. Celtics by 4. Nearly 5 minutes remaining. Casey Jones, who has urged patience for the Celtics throughout the series, even when they have a fast break advantage.
He does not want the Celtics to take shots under pressure. If it's open, fine. If it's your shot, fine, take it. But don't take shots under pressure.
Here comes Ainge again, trying to sneak up on Kareem. Now one-on-one against Parrish. Parrish, don't forget, playing with 2 fouls. And Kareem, who shot 35% in the last 2 games in Boston, is 8 for 10.
What a physical challenge this game is going to be to Kareem if he's got to carry the offense for the whole game.
And Parrish fired it up there because he was fouled.
Kareem doing it both ends, and McHale has great position on Worthy and an excellent pass, and it would have been a layup, except where did those 40-year-old legs come from? On offense now, they isolate Kareem on Parrish. Parrish played him perfectly, but he still was spry enough to get it up over the top.
Foul was on Kareem, his second now. Both teams are in the penalty. Celtics by 4. LA came out strong with an 8-2 lead, and then the Celtics took over the pace of this game. And they're trying to even it up and send it to Game 7 on Tuesday night here at the Forum. Kareem, red hot. Everything's dropping for Abdul-Jabbar, who has 19 first-half points. And Tommy, Robert Parrish is running the floor as well as we've seen him throughout the playoffs.
He kept re-spraining that ankle from game to game, and sometimes a couple of times in each quarter. And he hasn't had that happen in this series, so I think he's got it all together.
Magic is 1 for 6 from the field. 7 on the shot clock. And now he misses another one. Parrish had his pass deflected. Dennis Johnson. Cooper won't go for Bird's fakes. And Worthy forces the turnover, and here comes a 4-on-2. LA, and Bird breaks it up. And Dennis Johnson, 2-on-1 Boston, and Kareem broke that one up. And McHale, no basket. And a foul against the Lakers. McHale all over Daryl Garrettson, doesn't like the call. But the foul will be on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, his 3rd personal foul.
It is so difficult to break up a 4-on-2 fast break, but Larry Bird just forced the pass to go in the direction he wanted and just picked it off. What a beautiful play. And then Kareem did the same thing, a 2-on-1, got right in the passing lane, read the passer's eyes and knew where it was going.
Kareem will go out with 3 fouls and 19 points. He's having an extraordinary game, but now in foul trouble, and AC Green replaces him.
Pat Riley has used him sparingly all season long in key spots, and they usually save him for the 4th quarter for his offense, but they've used him extensively. I'm wondering how he will be like in the 4th quarter after carrying so much of a burden for the Lakers.
3:20 remaining in the first half. It's 50-44 Celtics. Lakers cut it down to a couple of points on 2 occasions. Magic still cold. Worthy keeps it going. AC Green. They left him open, and he hits his first points of the ball game. Second-year power forward who had a great playoff and a great season off the boards, but against the Celtics, he's been overmatched. The lead is 4. And Bird throws it away. He was going for McHale. And now the Celtics will call a timeout, leading by 4 with 2:40 remaining in the first half.
They asked Robert Parrish, does he see any appreciable difference in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? He says, yeah, he's got less hair now.
And he shaved off whatever he had for this game. 2.5 to play in the first half. Parrish blocks Michael Thompson, and a foul called, and it will be the third personal on Robert Parrish. So the starting centers, Kareem and Parrish, have 3 fouls.
Parrish has done a great job of really clogging up the middle. And here's Thompson makes an easy move on McHale, and Parrish must try for the reject, picks up that foul. One of the things that I'm wondering about is, in 2 prior series, the Pistons and the Bucks really went at Larry Bird, figuring that he was the poorest of the big Celtic defenders. And Michael Thompson right now is being played by Larry Bird, and they haven't gone at Larry Bird with the low post matchup.
Walton, who has 2 fouls himself in there. Celtics holding on to a 3-point lead. McHale. And Michael Thompson got him a little farther away than he liked. Good defense by Michael Thompson. Cooper, who hasn't scored, now is on the board with a runner off the glass, and the lead is sliced to 1.
That time he caught Dennis Johnson on the rush to protect against the 3-point play, and Cooper used it beautifully.
Dennis Johnson having a strong first half. And the Celtics keep the lead.
And you see the Celtics pick first back all the time. Bird ends up with Magic Johnson, and now they'll re-switch.
Bird is guarding Magic, and Worthy swoops in, and Walton the rebound. Here's a 3-on-3 situation for the Celtics. And Walton and McHale, both of those big men, coming up late. Celtics have the rebounding edge, and they rebounded the Lakers in all 3 games in Boston total. Walton against A.C. Green. And Walton getting slow, coming back. Cooper gone for 3. In and out. He'll get back on defense. And with under a minute to play, and Walton really taking his time coming up.
He is really hurting, and it's awfully difficult when your feet aren't there to run up and down the court, and McHale's been doing it, but Walton has had mucho problems with it.
He played 7 minutes, and this one goes out. 52-49, and Bird from the corner. 6 points for Larry Bird, and only his 3rd basket. Half a minute to go in the first half, and Magic comes back. Both Bird and Magic have been quiet offensively, and now they may be heating up.
Magic in the low post is the best alternative to Kareem's sky hook, because none of the Celtic guards really can get at that hook shot.
13 on the shot clock, a differential of about 3.5 to 4 seconds. Bird goes baseline, and Worthy is called for the blocking foul, his 2nd.
Here's Bird using the fakes, and just a little movement, and Worthy steps into him, and then never does get that foot down. The charge for the blocking foul on Worthy.
One of the images I'll always remember from this series is seeing Worthy and Bird eyeing each other, isolated one-on-one in one of the corners of the floor.
I wouldn't want to eye one-on-one either one of them.
And a 20-second timeout called by Pat Riley to obviously drum up strategy when the Lakers get the ball for perhaps the final shot in a 4-point game. Kareem on the bench with 19 points and 3 fouls, and Robert Parrish also sitting down with 3 fouls and 12 points, and ultimately we may come down to the foul situation with those 2 men.
That's correct. And right now what they're trying to do, both ball clubs, is during this timeout is devise a plan to get it in quick, get it up the court, and see if they can. There's 9 seconds. You can still get a layup off of 9 seconds. Let's see what happens. The foul shot's coming up first.
Now Walton comes back in the ball game for the Celtics, and Byron Scott, the long-range shooter, is in for LA.
And they've got Worthy at half court and Cooper being guarded by Dennis Johnson up the other side near the Laker bench. So there may be a long bomb pass or an alley-oop to Worthy.
Walton harassing Green, the inbounds passer. Final seconds. Cooper. And Green misses the tip. And they get a lot of chances, but nothing goes. And this first half scoring pace definitely favors the Boston Celtics. And the crowd behind the Lakers as we start the third period. The Lakers scored 25 and 26 points in each of the first 2 periods, which is far below what they're used to. Like the Lakers scored 30 or more in 7 out of 8 quarters in the first 2 games. Bird for 3, way off the mark. And Magic Johnson with a 3-on-3 break. And if Byron Scott doesn't produce early, you may see a lot of Cooper in this half. Magic goes in against Ainge. He brushed him and used his body.
That's what is known as a quick hitter. Before the Celtics defense was totally set up, they got the ball in a low post to a good matchup.
Pick and roll to Parrish, and Kareem has picked up his 4th personal foul. So when you talk about how many minutes he can play, that will go into Pat Riley's computer. 4 fouls on Abdul-Jabbar.
He's going to leave him in. He's got to leave him in.
But he can't pick up another one. Johnson misses. Green the rebound.
Needs Kareem's offense.
Well, looks like Kareem may be coming out, Tommy, as Michael Thompson is at the scorer's table. Green. McHale and Ainge collide, and here's Boston, 2-on-3, and Dennis Johnson will slow it down. Ainge. They close the middle, and Bird lingered in the corner, and McHale, no basket, foul. If it had dropped. James Worthy picks up his 3rd personal foul, and Tommy, James Worthy played all 24 minutes in the first half.
He's young enough, and he ought to have the stamina to play the whole game. That's what Riley's hoping.
McHale against Michael Thompson, who's in for Kareem. Ainge taps it out.
Lakers have gone with an exceedingly big lineup right now.
Harris misses.
Excuse me, they did take the Kareem out.
2-on-1, Michael Thompson back to Green. And a foul in the act of shooting as Danny Ainge had Green inside and picks up personal foul number 2.
Now, the Lakers have their fastest unit on the court with Michael Thompson as the center and Green. If I were Pat Riley right now, I'd be thinking of using Green. He's the guy that's been roaming around. The Celtics are not really totally concerned with him. He can get a 4-on-3 situation almost anytime they want with Green.
Pat Riley, who said that if the Lakers ultimately lose, it'll be public humiliation. He said that even before the last game in Boston. And so far, the Celtics have yet to score with nearly 2 minutes gone by in this third period. Every time the Lakers have come close, the Celtics have gotten the hoop to give them a 3-point lead. But Worthy saves it from Magic Johnson, and a brilliant play by James Worthy. Lakers lead it on this play.
There is real grit. James Worthy with the full dive to save it, to create the easy hoop by Magic.
Their first lead since 13-12. So the Celtics still haven't scored here in this third period. And the Lakers regain the lead. They were down by as many as 9.
Celtics are not keying on AC Green.
Ainge forced that shot, and a 4-on-3 break for the Lakers. Worthy.
fourth man up, a big factor, Dick. Celtics now having trouble getting that fourth guy up to protect against the break.
And Parrish throws the ball away from Bird. All 8 Laker points this period are on the fast break. And Worthy lost it.
Here it comes, swooping at you. You get the feeling you're one of those defenders. Look at the fourth man up, right inside and 2.
The Celtics still haven't scored. More than 3 minutes gone by in this period. And the first illegal defense call against the Lakers. That's a warning. Next time, of course, will be the tee.
The Celtics have been so good at searching out whoever AC Green is playing. Right now, they're trying to go to McHale being guarded by Thompson when perhaps the better matchup would be Parrish being guarded by Green.
Danny Ainge, who was red hot on Thursday, is 1 for 3 today. And he is playing on a sprained ankle. Ainge goes for 3 here. Still off the mark. And it'll be Lakers ball.
The Lakers are on their toes defensively. That usually means fast break baskets.
Michael Thompson short with the jumper. Danny Ainge going strong to the hoop, and an offensive foul against Ainge as the Lakers had terrific defensive position inside.
That was a very poor move by Danny Ainge. There was no place to go. And that's the type of shot Casey Jones did not want the Celtics to try to attempt.
Third foul on Ainge. So Ainge and Parrish with 3. Worthy has 3 and Kareem has 4 for the Lakers. Magic. 10 points for Magic Johnson. Larry Bird is not yet into double figures himself. And Dennis Johnson, as Tom has mentioned, he's got to penetrate, he's got to make the shot, and Magic Johnson pulls up lame at midcourt. And Gary Beatty, the trainer, is out there, and Magic trying to run it off. With the pace that these guys play in and their size, just amazing how they managed to get hurt and come back and fight through it all.
They banged knees. DJ banged Magic's knee. You could see him coming out of the pack. And Magic, of course, has had tendinitis problems with the kneecap for the better part of his career here at Los Angeles. But he is the type of guy that'll bounce back nicely from that. He'll come out and play no matter what.
I think at this stage of the series, you won't see anyone sitting down. And we saw Bill Walton give it a yeoman try in the first half. The Lakers have had an injury-free year, which is also one of the ingredients to winning a championship. The Celtics, of course, haven't had it that way, and that's part of having a team win. Stay healthy. 61-58 Lakers. Magic with Ainge. Double with McHale. Parrish, the rebound.
That's the first time that Magic has been forced to take that sky hook of his, the junior sky hook, going out from the basket instead of into the basket.
Celtics have still only scored 2 points. And a Laker foul. It'll be their third.
AC Green, we said before, has had difficulty denying anybody of the Celtics' big 3 inside position, and the Celtics have not really gone to that matchup until now.
2 fouls on Green and an offensive foul. Kevin McHale with his 3rd foul. So McHale and Parrish and Ainge have 3 fouls for the Celtics.
It was a big one because the Celtics come out of the huddle, and you don't want to have one right in your face after a timeout.
Larry Bird, who has only 1 basket since the first period. Still cold. Lakers by 3. Michael Thompson and Bird. And McHale went up, and the Celtics lost the ball to the Lakers.
McHale and Bird just were punishing each other for that rebound, and neither one would let go, and ended up on the floor.
Worthy with the basket now has 20 points, the game-high scorer. McHale, wild off the glass. Here's a 4-on-2 break. Byron Scott.
The Lakers are ready to pounce on any opportunity, and the Celtics have become totally disorganized.
So the biggest lead of the game for the Lakers right now, 7 points. Celtics have been outscored 14-2 in this period, and James Worthy's diving save and Magic's hoop spurred them on.
And the Celtics, out of that timeout, went right to the Parrish Green matchup. And that's where I think they ought to be going, because they'll get some points, or double teaming will produce easy outside shots for the Celtics.
Green with his third foul, and Worthy sitting down for the first time today. 5.5 to play in the third. And a foul. Byron Scott commits the foul, and that'll send Parrish to the line.
Here's Michael Cooper and Larry Bird. Bird trying to come over the top, and Cooper bumping him before he can make the move. I mean, it gets a little physical under there. Little guys have to really put their hands on the big guys and then run fast.
I know, we've seen a lot of that. The Lakers are already in the penalty, and the Celtics have committed only one foul here in this third, and Parrish missed both free throws. So the Celtics still have scored only 2 points and more than halfway through this third period. Green, and a tip-in by A.C. Green, and it's a 9-point Laker lead.
They're going at Larry Bird. Bird is guarding A.C. Green.
Bird misses. Parrish. And a loose ball foul called against the Celtics. It'll be Robert Parrish's fourth foul. So Parrish and Kareem have 4 fouls, and Darren Day has come into the ball game, replacing Kevin McHale, who has scored 16 for the Celtics. He and Dennis Johnson lead them in scoring.
Those minutes in the first half by the Celtics big guys, Bird and McHale, they need their offense. They have to have their legs if they're going to produce.
Michael Thompson makes good on the second try. And the Lakers offensive rebounding playing a big role now in their 11-point lead, the leading margin of this game.
The fast team of the Lakers right now in there, really being productive on the board.
And Parrish lost the ball, and it was last touched by a Laker. And now you talked about how the Lakers look tired early. I think the Celtics look a bit tired now.
Yes, they do.
Dennis Johnson. And that's only the second field goal of this third period. Both by Dennis Johnson, who has 18.
Larry Bird has just been having all kinds of shooting problems, and they're doubling him on every opportunity.
Magic to Green. Parrish gets the rebound. Outlets to Day. And Darren Day, who's really had a fine shooting series. He was 8 for 13 coming into this game against L.A.
Boston needs some easy hoops. That's why Darren Day is in there, perhaps on a hard push to get a layup just like he did. And not exactly a layup, but an uncontested shot.
Magic to Michael Thompson. And Parrish may have picked up his 5th foul. I believe he has.
Very big decision for Casey Jones.
Well, he's got to go to his bench, but Walton has gotten the call over Greg Kite today, Tommy. Are you surprised?
Yes, I am, because Kite was so successful in getting those quick feet back to stop the break. Walton with the broken foot has been not able to go full out. But Walton, a much more knowledgeable and experienced player. And they're opting for Walton's experience at this particular point to try and shut him down and block out and get some rebounds.
A 9-point Laker lead.
An old Celtic philosophy. If you're going to lose, lose with your best.
Walton tried to force it into Bird. Magic out of a crowd to Michael Thompson. And the Lakers are making what they like to call a statement here in the third period.
They sure are, Dick, and they're getting their feet going. They're playing excellent defense.
They've outscored the Celtics 22-6. Haynes kept it alive for Bird. And Larry Bird now in double figures, 4 for 13 for Bird, and he shot 50% in only one game of this series.
They are really getting at him, and Worthy staying with him on the picks coming off the top. Cooper, when he had him, everybody in Bird's jersey.
And Kareem, with 4 fouls, has been spending virtually this entire third period on the bench. Worthy just came back a minute ago. Darren Day with the foul. That's the 4th team foul against the Celtics. One more there in the penalty.
Here it is, and Day has got his hand on Worthy, and Worthy just smacking it off, and all of us, wow, I'll tell you, that's been going on the whole series. To call one like that, that's ridiculous.
Worthy went around Darren Day as if he weren't there. 22 for James Worthy. And 2 minutes to go in the third period. And Dennis Johnson goes flying, and he'll go to the free throw line. And the Celtics have scored only 8 points in this period.
Dennis Johnson trying to take it strong to the hoop, and he takes a hard foul there by Worthy. So there's Worthy around Darren Day. Quick step, and just strong, powerful move against a much smaller player who ought to be able to deal with that quickness.
4th foul on Worthy. So Kareem and Worthy with 4. Parrish on the bench with 5 for Boston.
You know, it's funny. Every time you go from one venue to the other, the hard fouls happen by the team who happens to be playing on their home turf.
Roberts coming in for Larry Bird, who goes out with 10 points. Depends on how you look at everything in basketball. You could say the Celtics came very close to winning all 3 games in Boston. And then you could say that the Lakers did a good job in winning 1 out of 3 by beating the Celtics in a low-scoring, tough, down-to-the-wire game to take 1.
Very difficult for the Celtics to catch up quickly against the Laker team. They just don't have that speed to go out there and press.
Pat Riley calls a timeout. 1:53 on the clock. And the Lakers are up by 9. When you hold the Lakers to 51 points at a half at 25 and 26, you're doing your job. But the Lakers came out strong in the third period, and Tommy, I have to go back to that great hustle play by James Worthy that seemed to ignite them. Right now, let's go up to Pat O'Brien with the owner of what they call the Fabulous Forum. Pat?
And behind us is maybe the largest doctor's office in America, Dr. Jerry Buss. Did you ever realize when you bought this franchise that it'd come to this?
Well, we certainly hoped it would, Pat. I mean, from the very beginning, this is the kind of thing we wanted to do, but it's grown beyond my wildest expectation, and I'm just thrilled with it.
We've heard a lot about Showtime, Dr. Buss. Explain Showtime from your perspective.
Well, whenever you have a player like Magic that does all of those magic things and the speed of Worthy, and of course Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with a famous skyhook, I mean, it is a show, so we call it Showtime.
Was there a conscious effort to do that, to get the stars out, to have a coach that's dressed so like Pat Riley's dressed? The whole thing seems to mesh together.
Well, the whole idea was to get L.A. behind the team. And of course, as you know, one of the biggest industries we have out here is show business. So the answer is yes. We wanted the show people to come out to show that LA was in fact behind their team. There was a time when we didn't have a home court advantage. The whole idea was to establish one. We think we've done that.
As an owner, objectively, do you think this is a very healthy sport right now, the NBA?
I think it's on a roll like no other sport is. We're jumping by leaps and bounds, and I just hope it continues this way, Pat.
All right, thank you, Dr. Buss. Let's go back down to Dick.
All right, Pat. And like Boston Garden, they don't put up conference championship banners, just world championship banners, and the Lakers are looking to win their 4th in this decade.
Now, this is Boston's version of their press team: Walton, Roberts Day, and Danny Ainge.
Michael Thompson setting the screen. Magic Johnson nails one.
Big hoop. That was a statement basket by Magic.
He has 6 of his 12 points here in the 3rd period. And Kareem has spent all of it watching. Danny Ainge, Walton. And Walton, good job by Michael Thompson inside defensively. Bothered Walton's shot. Nearly a minute to go in the 3rd. Magic from the other side. Makes no difference.
The spotlight's on. The speed is out of the box for the Lakers, and it's going to be showtime, I think, in this 4th quarter.
13-point lead, their biggest, and there is a weird basket. And it's Walton who gets credit for it. The lead is 11. It was 13, and consider at halftime, Boston was up by 5.
Celtics got to get it down to about 6 points if possible within the next 4 minutes.
4 on 4. Dennis Johnson all the way in, hard off the glass. Darryl Garrettson will call a foul against the Lakers. Let's check now. No, loose ball foul on Fred Roberts. Both teams in the penalty. 29 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. And Larry Bird, who has had his problems shooting, he has been their best defensive rebounder for the Celtics during the series. And right behind Casey Jones is Bird sitting, who has scored only 10 today. Magic Johnson on the line, and there's Sam Vincent making his first appearance as Ainge goes out. Magic now 16 points, 14 assists.
The Celtics contained the speed of the Lakers for 3.5 games, and all of a sudden it popped up with this unit on the floor right now. Thompson as the center and AC Green as the power forward. That's where they've been most effective.
Vincent throws it away into the hands of Michael Thompson. Cooper couldn't save it, out of bounds with 2 seconds remaining. But the Lakers have come on big here. Magic intercepts, and an 18-point turnaround here in the 3rd period. Maybe just what the doctor ordered. Well, the game isn't a blowout at this point, but the Lakers are in command. Robert Parrish in the game, playing with 5 fouls. Magic to Green, and he lost it out of bounds. So in the game for the Celtics, Jerry Seasting and Dennis Johnson at guard, Bird, McHale, and Parrish up front.
Celtics have to have at least 3 good defensive stands and then turn it into baskets up the other end to have a shot at this ball game.
Does that first one count as one?
Right, and that it certainly does. Right in a row, too.
Parrish baseline. And Michael Thompson out to Cooper. Magic. Cooper. Cooper has only 4 points. Danny Ainge has 2, so maybe their injuries have affected them today.
4-on-2, 4-on-3. That's what the Lakers have been doing to the Celtics. The speed very evident here.
Biggest lead of the game, 15. McHale lost it to Cooper, and here comes showtime again. And it's last touched by Byron Scott. It'll be Celtics ball. And Danny Ainge checks back in the game. And Seasting goes out.
Casey Jones saying right now, I'm going with my top 5 guys. We're going to win this together or we're going to lose it together. And they have done a great job all season long. That's 5-man unit with the green jerseys.
Michael Thompson on Parrish's miss. Scott. Dennis Johnson. And the Celtics better stage a rally in a hurry. Dennis Johnson, who's one to do it, makes it an 85-70 game. Kareem is spending a lot of time on the bench. He's playing with 4 fouls and well rested. And an official's timeout now. 9:45 remaining in the game. Now 9 minutes and 13 seconds away from their 4th NBA title of this decade and 5th since they've come to LA. But the Celtics have never quit all year long, as you know. McHale has his shot blocked. Worthy comes down with it. But the Lakers took charge in the 3rd period, Tommy, and they don't want this thing to even come close now.
That was always their ultimate weapon. They had trouble springing it loose in Boston, but they sure did here. And when they get it loose, they are unstoppable.
Michael Thompson and Kareem with Worthy up front. Dennis Johnson draws the foul. And a word about Michael Thompson here, who has 13 points and 8 rebounds. We were out here in the regular season game between these teams, and a couple of days before, near the trading deadline, Jerry West, who is Brent's halftime guest along with the Big O, made a deal. It could have been Wayne Cooper, could have been a lot of people, but he held out and got Michael Thompson. Everyone thought that that would be the deal that would put the Lakers over the top.
It sure was a championship move, in my opinion. And I said so that day because you don't get a quality backup center like a Michael Thompson, and they needed a quality backup center. That's where they were really hurting.
Maybe a little too quotable for Pat's taste when he came here. He says, you know, these practices are tougher than playing the Celtics. And Pat Riley says, I don't want to read too many of those quotes.
Well, that's perhaps when he learned to win when he came here with the Lakers.
Worthy with the rebound. And a foul inside. A loose ball foul against Kareem, and that's his 5th personal foul, and in a close game that would be a big factor, but right now it isn't.
That spurt by the Lakers with their fast break really now said, hey, Kareem does not have to really score in his 3rd quarter or 4th.
Gets the rebound. Cooper drills it to Michael Thompson, and Bird played well defensively. 4 minutes gone by at this final period. McHale at the other end. Kevin now with 18 points.
Going to be a run and gun game from here on in, and that favors the Lakers.
And those points by McHale were his first of this half.
No more pecking away by Boston, slowing the tempo down. They're going to have to try and match the tempo with the Lakers and still win.
Kareem. Basket counts. Jack Nicholson, who went to Boston for the middle game. Back home here. And Robert Parrish has fouled out of the ball game with 6. 12 points and 5 rebounds for Robert Parrish.
There's Kareem. They take away the sky hook to the baseline. And he always seems to come up with something a little bit different. A left-hand hook. It rattled around a little bit, but it went in.
Greg Kite replaces Parrish in the Celtic lineup. Kite, who played a major role in 2 Boston wins, was shuttled to the background today. Tommy?
I don't know. When he shaved his hair, I don't know if he came out prepared to just scare the Celtics. He looks mean with those goggles.
I'm talking about Kite going to the background in this game.
Kite has come in, and they elected to go with Walton's experience rather than Kite's fast legs, and that may have something to do with this situation.
Dennis Johnson leads the Celtics with 26, and Larry Bird has scored only 10 points. Dennis Johnson with a good defensive play. Cooper comes right back at you. Kite is on Kareem. McHale. 1-on-3. Ainge for 3. Michael Thompson with another rebound. Danny Ainge is 1 for 8 from the field. McHale up court. On the wing, Dennis Johnson as well, but Ainge goes coast to coast. Dennis Johnson blocked by Michael Thompson. And DJ draws the foul inside. And Connor Henry is coming into the game for the Boston Celtics. Danny Ainge goes out, and the clock shows 6:26, 92 to 76 Lakers, and Worthy picks up his 5th personal foul. It was a year ago, a little more than that, I guess, when the Lakers were unceremoniously dumped by the Houston Rockets in 5 games, and the Lakers had to regroup. They came to camp focused. They won more games than anyone in the NBA this season and established the home court advantage. And Tommy, that's why they play the regular season, because the home court edge, just as the Celtics had it in the Eastern Conference, would pay dividends with them in the series against Milwaukee and Detroit.
Very, very important. And they did a lot of great things. In addition to changing the style back to using streakers instead of wide bodies, they really put themselves on the line, accepted new roles, new responsibilities. Michael Cooper came along, changed his game to become a middleman and an outside shooter, go for the offense.
More people got involved. Foul was on Dennis Johnson. Kareem against Kite. 2-man game. Long sky hook. And Worthy is hustling for the loose ball as if this game were still tied. And it's Lakers ball. And they want a timeout. James Worthy has come back with a vengeance today. 22 points and all court hustle for the Lakers.
All right, Barney. Abba-dabba-doo, Dick.
Cooper. Michael Thompson. See whether he pushed off, and he did. The Lakers started it off in the playoffs against Denver. Then they moved on to Golden State. They won 3 straight, then lost the 4th, 1-5, and then they took Seattle out in 4 games, 3 of them very tough encounters. Bird just having an off day offensively. Has the shot blocked by Kareem. But where would the Celtics be without Larry Bird? Dennis Johnson will go to the line.
You have to say, though, that the Lakers are as gritty a bunch, really, as the Celtics. There's no question the Celtics had true grit going through 2 7-game series to get here with all those injuries.
Kareem's going out, Tommy. Let me just interrupt you. The hand for the 40-year-old. Check it. James Worthy fouls out with 6. I guess Kareem will get a hand also, but Worthy goes out. Fouled out with 22 points.
And you have to say, getting back to True Grit, that Worthy was probably one of the guys that had to resurrect his ego. And that's True Grit under this type of pressure. When after you lose a game and you don't play well and all this 500 some odd press people are bounding around saying, what happened, you can go in the tank pretty fast. He responded beautifully to that situation with a big game today.
Well, we were asking questions too. Magic to Kareem. What will happen as we get close is that Pat Riley will take out one by one the key men. And this place will rock even at that point. McHale has it blocked by Kareem. 3-on-2 fast break. Cooper to Magic. Follow up, Scott. Worthy was the top scorer for the Lakers in the playoffs. 22nd timeout, Celtics. But this issue has long been settled. Right in the middle of that huddle is Pat Riley, who likes to think of his team not so much as a glitter and showtime team, but a hard hat team in their own right because of their work ethic. And if Pat Riley wins, and he will, he'll join Red Auerbach and Johnny Kundla as the only coaches to win 3 or more NBA titles. And I know, Tommy, you have respected very much what Pat Riley has done, not only in not making dramatic changes, but in his system.
I'll tell you, Pat Riley became truly a great coach this year because, in my opinion, it was courageous to make the changes he made and possibly withstand some severe criticism if it didn't work.
Another turnover. Lakers lead by 16. The Celtics came out, withstood an early Laker thrust, led by 7 at the quarter and 5 at the half.
My favorite story about Pat Riley? He talks about the peripheral opponent, and he turns everything off during the playoffs. Food, he doesn't eat that much, and he doesn't take telephone calls, and he got a letter from his best friend congratulating on getting to the final, and the signature said, signed, peripheral opponent.
Kareem is fouled. Kevin McHale, who may undergo surgery. Courage of the Boston Celtics cannot be overemphasized. They were battered and bruised in the early series, and they were healthier here. But I think even Larry Bird knew what was in store for the Celtics going against a very strong Laker team.
They bottled up that speed. They got it back in the bottle. They kept it there for 3.5 games, and all of a sudden the bottle broke, and out it came, poured all over them. Along with a lot of champagne, it looks like.
4:14 remaining.
And I can't say enough about Casey Jones this year either for the Celtics, what he did for his ball club. He says, I didn't have a bench. My bench was in street clothes most of the year sitting there.
4 minutes remaining to this 1987 season. Dennis Johnson misses a 3. And the rebound by Cooper. The Celtics have scored only 24 points in the second half. And it's a 3-on-1. And Larry Bird with only his 5th basket in 15 tries. So we have not had a repeat champion. It'll now be 18 years. The men in green were the last to do it in 1969. Kareem with an exclamation point. 17-point lead for the Lakers. McHale comes back.
The guy that really took over this ball club this year was Magic Johnson. And one of the things that Pat Riley said was, Magic has got the perfect ego. He always considered the Lakers Kareem's team. He never infringed on his territory. And this year he's assumed the responsibility, and Kareem let him do it.
And the Celtics still fighting. Well, there's a fellow we haven't talked about in this series, never mentioned his name, but he'll go into the books. Billy Thompson, who was acquired in a deal with Atlanta, played on the NCAA champion Louisville Cardinals last year, and is on the way to becoming only the 4th player in NBA history to go from an NCAA crown to an NBA title. There are the others. And of course, he's playing with one of them in Magic Johnson. And Billy Thompson had a hyperextended knee, suffered in the first series against Denver, and he's a player that Pat Riley and the Lakers like down the road.
He's got that speed to get on the wing plus power to rebound, maybe even better than Worthy on the offensive glass.
Pat Riley had his way. Every player would be between 6'7" and 6'9" and could run on the line.
And think.
2.5 remaining. And a foul, and Kareem, no basket. Bird's coming back in for the Celtics. And Roberts going out. 99-87, and the Celtics down by 12 with 2:30. And of course, they have slowly pecked away here.
I can remember when I coached and he was with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I thought the best way to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was to attack his stamina. Was I wrong, huh? No, we won the championship that year, but here he is, 40 years of age. He's somehow or other got that stamina and then some.
Well, he's become a lot more warmer and accessible. I think the fire that destroyed his home was a big mark there because people around the country sent him jazz albums, and I think he became a much warmer person since that time.
Well, he sits in the locker room and he talks to people now. You know, he was very quiet, introspective person, and everybody kind of was reluctant to really invade that privacy, that shell that was around him. But he's much more open now, it appears.
And he enjoys the game, as I guess everyone does. When you get toward the end of the career, you realize what you may be missing, and you appreciate it a little more. Larry Bird has 6 points since the first period. It's a 12-point lead for the Lakers, and they're 2:15 away from winning.
They did a great job on Larry Bird, denying him the ball, the Lakers, really putting a quick man on him and working him over the picks.
And the foul. .31 points for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He carried them all through the first half until they managed to unleash that quickness and speed. And he is as big a part of this thing, probably bigger than anybody else right now, because he held the fort.
And then in the third period, when he went to the bench with foul trouble, it was Magic and Michael Thompson and Magic Johnson who took over, and that was the key moment in this game. Bird fighting his way in. 104-81.
This might be the last time we'll see the 5 Celtic starters together.
They got to make sure that they don't undergo wholesale changes either, as the Lakers didn't last year. Michael Thompson with 15 points.
The Celtics have been a great organization of knowing when to hold and when to fold, I'll tell you. They don't sell their nuclear short until it's way down the road, too far to be reclaimed.
Kareem the rebound. And I'm sure Pat Riley will want to start taking his stars out. And it's going to come soon. Magic. At the next dead ball, you're going to hear a couple of rousing ovations. Day is fouled, and now you'll hear him. Kareem goes over to Casey Jones and shakes his hand. And Magic goes out as well. What a valiant group that is. Cooper is out. Magic scored 16 points and had 19 assists. Kareem with 32 points and 4 block shots. And the Lakers wound up undefeated at home in the playoffs.
I must say, Dick, a little tribute to the Celtics, too. They never gave an inch in this entire series.
No, they didn't.
They got beaten, but they never quit. They came up a real grit.
Adrian Branch. And a foul. 29 seconds remaining. The last time the Lakers won the title, they won it in Boston Garden. They're winning this at home against the team they want to beat more than any other. Fred Roberts is fouled. So the final celebration belongs here. And they're getting ready to pop the corks.
Commissioner David Stern to present the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Commissioner?
Jerry, around the world, more people saw this finals than any other in our history. They saw quite a show. Congratulations to the Lakers, the 1987 NBA World Champions.
Thank you, David. I think this series will always be the series that was decided by courage. Newspapers all over the coast kept saying, courage is going to win it, courage is going to win it. And therefore, I guess it turns out that we're the most courageous team.
Thank you very much. Bring your coach in here, Pat Riley. And Coach, you became very comfortable in your position this year. Compare for me this championship with your others.
I'll tell you, Brent, we started in October with an attitude that they just were not going to be denied. It was a long year of great hard work. I've got the best group of guys I've ever had. And they've worked very hard. They deserve this. I think it's the best Laker team I've ever coached.